But I'm too scared. I'm not brave enough. You're all braver than me.
You're thinking about freelancing.
Yeah.
Now we're recording, by the way, so
shit.
maybe we should not say that. Yeah.
Career limiting.
I think everybody does. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you went through half a year going, should I?
Yeah.
Would you ever look back? Ever go?
I
Would you
didn't.
go back?
Yeah.
I wouldn't go back.
Oh.
No, but the problem that we have is it's a little golden cage because we're in IT consultancy and it's not really like we're developing a product or a service and then we're selling that. It's basically
We're selling ourselves.
So
There's
it's
a word
a
for
golden
that, isn't
cage.
it?
It's not really.
Yeah, let's not. Are we recording, aren't we?
We are recording. Oh, that wouldn't stop us talking about prostitution or all
No. So you need to go a bit further north into Holland for that rather than Belgium, probably.
No, we actually had a great Sunday. We went out with Coco, the time traveller, in Soho to listen to all the stories of Soho.
Okay.
And he was giving us all the background information. He was obviously an influencer on Instagram, but that was an amazing afternoon. We've got the facts and the figures.
Very cool.
So you don't need to go that far north.
All right. Okay. Fair enough.
Just need to know what to look for.
What was his name?
Coco, the time traveller.
Coco the Traveler. Okay.
Yeah, it's well worth it. If you go to London, you
But
want to do
he's
something
not
different.
like that on Instagram. He's like Coco or something else. Not.
Yeah.
He mentioned the time traveler because
It's his
it's
tour.
the tour, but
He's the guy that goes into museums and tells you the backstories of all of the artist's pictures you may have caught him. So he gives you the funny stories. So 80% of what he says is fact, 20% is how he's building the story up on top.
Okay.
So he was there 300 years ago when that church in the corner used to be the party town of Soho. You know.
Nice.
So it's good. So that was fine. Right, Logitech.
Yes.
Neil.
Hi.
Fluster.
Fluster, yeah.
Means
Means whisper in German.
Name.
Well, actually, it kind of is. So it means whisper in German, but we trace it back to piracy and the flow of the river.
The flow of the river. Piracy sounds like best.
Yeah.
It's a pirate. We've
I'm
got
a
a
pirate,
pirate on the podcast.
Podcast pirate, yeah.
A podcast pirate.
Which is actually cool because yesterday I learned that one of the new speakers who's sitting there is Sabrina Machiavelli.
Yep.
Direct
Machiavelli.
direct descendant of
No.
That is very cool. Yeah.
She's
So we got a
never gonna
pirate,
get married,
we got
so let's keep the name.
a Machiavelli descendant, we got all kinds of cool people here.
Nice, that's fun. So Logitech, they having a good show?
Yeah, I mean, Commsverse is always a great show. It's one of the community shows. I just got back off Infocom in the States, big, massive trade show like ASC, but this is really, the team here of MVPs put together this show, and it's for the people. The actual kind of trade show bit is kind of separate to actually all the sessions, and I think that's really giving value back to the community. As MVPs, it's something that it's what it's built on, community, and it's that giving back.
We don't see Logitech at many community events because, they're obviously smaller than this normally with just 3 or 4. But if you take Belgium, for example, that used to have 7 or 8 or 9 sponsors in their booth, but we don't see this level of people. So there is a really strong community underneath all of that. And if you're talking about redoing the Luminaire stuff, then maybe getting to the ground, and it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But of course, it still takes resources and mostly weekends.
Yep.
But that's good. So, what is everybody asking about? Just keyboards and mice?
No, well, I guess there's several. Logitech is a huge organisation. Gaming, personal workspace, Teams workspace. So the breadth of products and portfolio is vast. Here today, obviously, we're just talking about Teams, but clearly we do other ecosystems. So from a Teams point of view, it's really the Teams workspace, so our video conferencing devices that hook into Teams, Places and Copilot. And then obviously from the personal workspace, it's really kind of engaging productivity around the keyboards, the mice, the webcams, to be able to follow that user journey, because there's that whole kind of remote work, hybrid work, and now mandated work. People are being forced to come back into the office. We want to give them the tools to be able to be more productive, whether they are home, office, hybrid, or mandated that you will come in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So,
Which is actually a good thing because now they need 2 keyboards and 2 mice, because one for home, one for the office.
and one for Starbucks.
Yeah.
We have mobile ones. We just literally launched our new Mobi Fold mouse, a mouse that folds up, puts in your top pocket. So again, if you are a road warrior, and we were talking about the new Spotlight too, the fact that, I was here presenting in one of the sessions yesterday, and again, having the ability to have that pointer everybody wants is another great thing. And again, from our personal workspace portfolio.
I love that confidence. The pointer everybody wants.
Yes.
I mean, it's synonymous. I mean, Logitech were one of the kind of early pioneers of the mouse, and again, we've evolved it to where we are today with haptics feedback, wireless. The amount of precision you can get with I think it's 9,000 DPI on the MX Master 4, but some of the gaming mice can go up to tens of thousands of DPI, and that really matters. When it comes to precision, speed, and accuracy.
Shooting the bastard.
Yeah,
down he goes.
It's interesting again because we've got that mix of portfolio. We can take stuff from other environments. So again, Super Strike, which is our gaming mouse device. A lot of the technology from that comes and trickles down into some of the business devices.
Yeah.
Again, some of the business stuff goes into the retail and to some of the consumer devices. Again, like headsets. The comfort band that we now put on our business headsets came from the gaming world because these gamers are sitting there all night, fighting away in whatever games, and having that comfort and having that all-day wearing style was something we've now put into some of the business products as well. So.
And I saw them in pink today.
I know, I was waiting for that.
Saw them in what?
In pink.
Can you not remember the pink keyboard?
It's rose. They're in rose.
Can you not remember the pink keyboard from years ago?
yeah.
It's interesting, because most headset vendors will just bring out a black one, charcoal grey, whatever the marketing term is for the colour or shade they want to use. Logitech's one of the few companies that actually have embraced multicolour. So we have a charcoal grey, again, I don't know the exact marketing name, but we have a white or slate, I think it's called, Arctic white. And then we do have rose in some of the things. And we also, some of the new products, certainly in the retail and gaming, we have a lilac as well, which again, we as human beings, the wetware in all of this, we all have our own requirements, wearing styles, and things that we like. So being able to provide, it's a very personal device, and provide that personality through colour, through different styles is again something that we all want.
Are you going to tell the story?
Yes.
Go on then.
A few years ago we were doing this show as well, and I have the Logitech K.
The Pebble.
The Pebble.
Pebble, yes.
Keyboard in pink, and the mouse and
Rose.
in rose. It's said that there is no headset in rose.
And now there is. There is.
So it's a nice combination.
The story goes that they did not do the keyboard in pink.
Rose.
Azerty. Pink.
Yes, because of course in Belgium you're
Right.
you're not QWERTY, you're Azerty.
Yes.
So what we did, we gave the guy, and I can't remember his name, he's still on the stand there, but
Ray.
we gave him a hard time and said, look, you can't get this in pink, rose.
I won't say anymore.
No, and I will try not to say pink. All right. We
Other
said,
colours
we
are
don't get
available.
that rose in Azerty. And about 4 hours later, he came back and went, you so-and-sos. He says, my boss has just listened to the podcast, phoned me up, told me we will be doing that Azure, and it's now available years later.
Well, there's also customizable keys where you can actually remove the keycaps and move them all around, so whatever Zerty, Werty, Curty you want. So
It's interesting you talk about gaming, though, because I find, and I'm not a gamer by
no,
the
me
way,
neither.
but I do find those products are better. So when I find I'm re-snacking myself out with new keyboards and mice, I end up jumping into your gaming website because of the one that I'm after, so then mix and matching.
It's true. I've seen business people with Super Strike mice. I'm not a gamer either. My son is, but I'm not. And when I first picked up one of the Super Strike mice, I was like, wow, this is super light.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh, it feels a bit kind of like budget because it's light. And they were like, no, that's a thing. The actual wheel has got bits cut out of it. It's like to reduce weight. It's like a Formula One car.
Nice.
Any weight they can save off the mouse is what they want. So again, I picked up. Where's the rest of it? But you look at an MX Master 4. It's a big chunk. It's got mass. It's got gravity. Yeah, Super Strike. That's what people want.
The problem with that mass this weekend is the reason why I've got an old Trust mouse.
You can't beat a bit of copper
because it fell on the floor, and that mass means it hits the floor harder than normal, and that was goodbye to my mouse.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because one of the things we've started to bring back is serviceability. A lot of products, droppability. A lot of products nowadays are molded together, clipped together, and they're not designed for serviceability. So changing battery or changing components inside them. we want one of the Logitech's ability to have that recyclability and the sustainability part is a big part of our portfolio. So it's a really strange thing. When I presented our MX Master 4, one of the biggest things is it's got Phillips head screws in the bottom of it. No Torx, no secrets, security screws. Phillips head screws. So if iFixit can service it. There's replaceable parts in there, and that goes for a lot of the products as well. So again,
I think that's a necessity.
I just bought a new keyboard, Logitech keyboard.
Thank you very much.
And when I opened it up, it actually said here's where the batteries are, because it's a wireless one. And if you want to dispose of it, take the batteries out.
We've actually got solar powered keyboards now. So
I saw that.
One of the things, Signature Solar, no batteries at all.
So you have to sit on the roof while you're typing.
It works under natural light in the office as well, and you can put it in its box or in a darkened cupboard, pull it out in 3 months' time, it will still have enough charge to run. So.
Yeah, my television remote control is actually solar powered now as well.
Right.
So my TV remote's got a solar panel at the bottom to keep it charged.
Wouldn't work on a mouse though, obviously, because you've got your hand blocking it. You need like a little canopy that goes on top.
Or you need a mouse mat that will reflect the light into
like the Apple mouse, where you had to turn it on over.
Induction charging on mouse mats is, again, technology
that's a cool idea.
But I like the idea of the repairability, because I was just looking at a full set of stuff just recently: keyboard, mouse, camera, and I'm already at 600 euros, 700 euros, and you think, because when you drop them and you suddenly blow up. So the repairability, I think, is important.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's frustrating as hell when you do something like that.
Well, again, if you look at the business world, again, things like headsets, if you've got headsets are very personal things. We said some people want rose, white, black, whatever. But obviously, turnover as staff, you want to be able to refresh the air cups. You want to be able to refresh the batteries, after a while. So that ability to service these components or refresh them to give you that longevity of purchase and investment that you're making in these products is really important. So again, looking at that.
Where do you see yourself in the market, between cheap and really expensive? I mean, Logitech are somewhere up there, because whenever, as I said, I'm not an independent now, I have a real job, at least for the time being. But it basically means we source these things. So, and you guys are never close enough in price-wise for mass headsets for the whole organisation. So I'm just wondering whether that's a purpose. We want to be in the quality end rather than in the mass end.
We do. We do have products from. I can't quote pricing, but certainly there are headsets, mice, keyboards, webcams, whatever. Logitech has a whole range from $5 up to $100. MX Master 4, I think the retail price is like 129 euros, dollars, pounds, whatever currency. Yeah. That's a really high-end premium mouse, and is probably for the upper echelons. You need a business justification for that. Developer or a graphics person in Photoshop.
Consultant
that's going to have that kind of productivity gain by the action ring, the haptics, and all the extra stuff on it. But a general knowledge worker, one of the more lower-end mice is probably actually good enough for most of the time. And again, mobile might want the Mobi Fold. So. There is a mouse, there is a keyboard, there is a headset for every budget and every user type. And I think some people will say, I just want the best one, I want the most expensive one. But actually, if you look, that's why we've got the MX being our kind of premium line, we have our signature line, and then there's the kind of other lines that come down that bring the product to make it more available to the general public or the general workers in an organisation. And again, the multiplier in an organisation is what really matters. When you're not talking about 1 times that, you're talking about 1,000 times that. That's when the kind of signature and some of the other product lines from Logitech really kind of help organisations to deploy at scale and mass.
Yeah. That's important, of course, for the name and the brand.
Yeah, totally.
So what's coming up in the pipeline? What are things that you're working on? Because one of the things
we signed up to an NDA here, or what?
No, but next to mouses and keyboards, you also have the room systems, and you have the air quality meter.
Yes,
what's it called again?
Spot.
The Spot. Yes.
Spot. Yeah. I mean, in the room of Teams. Well, again, we support Google and Zoom, and Teams are our kind of 3 main key ones or ecosystems that we work for. We've just released a couple of new devices. So Rally Camera AI and AI Pro are the 2 new cameras, which we launched at ASC this year. Big thing on those, clearly the technology, the number of pixels and all of the data about them is really powerful, but one of the things that's really capturing people's imagination is the fact that they are in-wall mountable. So you can actually put a cover over them and they blend away into the background. We want customers to go into a meeting room and have an experience, concentrate on their sales meeting, their HR meeting, their finance meeting, not a schizophrenic camera that's kind of whizzing around with loads of cables and connections. Yeah. We want to, again, enable users to have that experience. The other thing I mentioned earlier about, this whole kind of like hybrid, remote and mandate, when companies are now having to earn the commute, they're having to get people. During the last 2 or 3 years, we've all created these amazing setups at home. You've got we talked about great mice, keyboards, creating this dual screen, widescreen setup you have at home. How can organisations get people back into the office? They've got this real estate and they want to bring people back in. Is that friction between, I've got a better setup at home, what's my productivity gainer coming into the office? That's where having data and having a better experience when they come into the office is really key to drive that kind of return. And things like, again, a better camera setup and a better experience in the office, but also being able to get data. Spot gives you, I guess, in this environment we're all sweating, we're all in shorts actually, people probably can't see it, but having temperature, humidity, occupancy sensing, volatile organic compounds and parts per million details from all of your environments to be able to make sure you've got healthy meeting rooms, healthy spaces that actually drive people to want to come into the office rather than being forced to come back into the office, and making sure they get a good experience. And that's what Spot's driving, and that's what these new cameras are driving with these experiences that we can put into meeting rooms.
Perfect.
Cool.
One thing I didn't hear a lot about you talking about is AI, but we do have some AI questions for you.
Okay, can I get my AI to answer them for you?
Maybe.
Yes. Maybe.
It wouldn't be a podcast, a show, or even a moment in time if we didn't bring the words A or the letters AI in.
It's amazing. It's actually a nice change because everybody's got AI in all their voice recording stuff at the moment.
And there are some crazy questions.
Go ahead.
Would
I'm
you
ready.
let AI plan your funeral, write your eulogy, and choose who's invited?
Well, clearly I'll be dead, so I won't really care. So then knock yourselves out. It's funny, but people sort of say, I want this is my song at my funeral. I want this. It's like, you're going to be dead. Who cares? I want to be scattered in this beautiful field of flowers and all the rest of it. It's like, you're dead. Who cares?
It's interesting to say that though. I had a business partner for nearly 20 years, and he died of cancer, and so I went to his funeral. But the music he played at the funeral suddenly went, does he really like that?
Yeah.
And he was playing all this 60s rock music that we had never in 20 years had a conversation about.
Yeah.
So
he's not there.
He's
dead.
not there, but he was passing on a message. It was quite funny.
It's the only guarantee in life, unfortunately, or fortunately,
yes.
And it happens to the best of us and the worst of us. So
Yeah, that's okay. So,
which AI would I use to make my eulogy? That's probably one of the better questions. But anyway.
Would you let AI delete your entire childhood photo album and replace it with AI-generated images when you're a medieval knight?
Goodness me. That's a tough one. There's not many pictures of I'm of an age where most of the pictures of my childhood are on sort of celluloid and aren't digital, and none of them have been digitalised, luckily, so AI is going to have a hard time of getting those old 35 mils and getting them into a digital environment.
But would you let it?
Would I let it? Yeah, I was probably not the most attractive child back in the day, so maybe it can make a better job of me and bring me up to date. So I was a little bit more portly, and maybe it could slim me out and make me look a little bit better.
Okay, I'm not sure which sheet you've got. You got one?
It's a good question. Will you let AI design your dream house?
My dream house, interesting. I'm not very artistic. Certainly not from the drawing point of view. So again, yes, it could probably do a better job and a more efficient job than I could. I think I'm much more about enjoying the experiences than as I say, concentrating on that. So if it can give me a great experience in life, then I'm all for it. I'd love to embrace it more. So
Yeah. Excellent.
But am I going to live in a house? That's the question.
That's true.
Would
you say your house?
My house. Could live on a boat. Could live in a field in a container.
Got it.
On a
Could
nice
be a
beach,
volcano
somewhere.
That might be what it designs.
Yeah, it designs a beach that I can go and chill out on.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the time. It's been a great call.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it, and you won't ever become an independent. You're too passionate about Logitech. I can see that.
All right, I'll take that.
Thanks. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon and have a safe journey home today.
Thanks.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks.
You can just put the headphones down on there. That'd be great, Neil. Thank you. Bye.
How was that? Was that all right?
That was great.
Excellent.
Oh, good. We're going to bring in our next guest.
Your next victim.
Yes.
All right.
Good luck. We'll need it.
How you doing, Simon?
How are we doing?
You might want to just do a, no, you don't mind. On it goes.
You all right?
Yeah, we're
Brilliant.
good. Are you? You glad it's the afternoon? Can you get very close to the mic?
Is that any better?
Yes, it's
Way
just that
better.
We get
Yes.
some nice background noise, but we really want to hear you. So,
Absolutely.
so when you're clearing your own ears, then that's all good.
Good. Yeah.
Because when you start to wander off, nobody can hear a word you're actually saying, which is cool. So, having fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've done both days?
Yes, done both days. I think I'm just trying to think how many years we've done here. So I think it's definitely 6. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's 5 or 6 years.
It's 6. Yeah.
Yeah. I have missed a year because I had some family commitments, but
How
yeah.
dare they? We cannot get married that day. It's Commsverse.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it was. I think that was a long while ago. But yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's good. It's been a really good event for us. It's funny because at these events you always get sort of a bit of a lull in between the speaker slots.
Yeah.
But we've been pretty consistent every day. It's always a little bit quieter on
Second day
2.
always is, yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's been
Especially
really good.
this weather.
Yeah, and they've all been, again, the event for us, we do a lot of events, but this one is always a key because obviously the people that are attending are the ones that you want to see, the ones that are here. And again, it's, yes, we do get sort of leads and generate a lot of sort of interest, but it's about presence and, making sure that our key customers see us there, especially when we've got quite a few competitors in the same environment. But no, it's really good and it's always really friendly. Even though we have a lot of competitors next door, we all sit there and compare a few notes. And
So for the people watching this recording, what is ASC doing?
so ASC, our primary focus is compliant recording. Once we've got that compliant recording, it is also about the long-term management of that storage, because some people, might want it for 90 days, but some people want it for 5-7 years. Obviously, the big buzzword is AI, so we can transcribe all of those recordings, we can look for keywords, but we also use AI to take summaries of those audio transcriptions, and yes, we can look for what we call a policy hit, so that might be making sure that agents have followed a process, or it might be looking for shall we say, compliance breaches, but it can also be about getting that extra data out of there. So when we've got a contact centre and somebody's ringing in, we can make sure that we are covering off what products they're talking about. So we can check things like marketing, so if they've done a big marketing campaign, we can be pretty sort of pinpointed on making sure an inbound caller has mentioned that product, so we know that the marketing campaign has been successful. And again,
That is cool.
It's
actually.
yeah,
Best thing I've heard so far
driving that
today.
awareness in your AdCar cycle.
and again, everybody is trying to achieve the same thing, right? They all want to take that audio, that data, mine it for the extra information, but again, we all have the same tools, but it's about how you sort of integrate those or get those unique questions out of it. So again, we've mentioned about inbound and product, but again, one of the other things we've done quite a lot on, everybody's talking about sort of customer experience. We do quite a bit with blue light, And in the blue light industry, they can take quite a lot of, should we say, emotional calls.
What's a blue light?
Fire brigade.
Ambulances, police, fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So their call type is more sort of emotionally biased, maybe. Mm-hmm. So one of the things we do quite a lot of contact centre events, and yes, absolutely, the customer experience is key, but the agent experience is also critical. So in those high pressurised environments, we are also looking at where the agent is looked after. So in a 999 scenario, if they've taken 3 really tragic maybe calls on the bounce, that they can be flagged from an agent point of view, and then supervised to say, look, take a break, do you need a rest, whatever it might be. So it's not the whole contact centre industry, but it's still good to have that agent focus as well as the customer focus, because it helps with churn and
of course
just that wrap around the the work environment sort of.
So do you just implement the technology, or do you help these organizations with coming up with solutions like this as well?
So one of the big key things that we've done in very sort of recent months is we've always had like a pre-sales AI team. But what we do now is when we have an AI opportunity, we bring that team in at a very early stage to make sure we understand what the customer is trying to achieve, bring our experience into that, make sure that they do understand that the AI is not just a big magic wand, it is absolutely a tool. And it's impressive, it's brilliant. I've seen somebody today walking around with a t-shirt on saying, I am not a machine, AI makes me shine, or something similar.
That's right. I am human, AI makes me shine.
That's it. So I think that's what people need to take away. If they think they're just going to replace everybody with AI, that's not the case. It's massively a tool, it's a support thing. I always type my emails out, I always run them through Copilot or whatever just to make sure it's clear and all the rest of it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's me that hits the send button to make sure what it's doing is correct. It needs that human oversight.
So you're a mandatory human oversight kind of guy at this point in time?
I mean, I can't think of a good example, but I've put plenty into something like Copilot, and it has totally got the wrong end of the stick. So the core of the conversation or the email I'm trying to send is correct, but maybe it's just flicked a few of the facts rounds. So it's brilliant for helping me shape my content, but I am doing the error checking, so to speak. So it's massively helpful in my efficiency, but I still need to be there and it's not a confidence thing, it is definitely flicked it.
But it is a confidence thing. You're not confident that it will keep getting it right for you to be able to say, just send it when you finish.
I have seen it where it's put errors in. So my lack of confidence, if you will, is from my experience, not from my judgment. It's just, I have seen it do it wrong, so it's like
justify. I get it, but I think that's what I'm trying to say, is when you see it do it right consistently, you'll suddenly click and go, I may as well just keep saying it.
And I get it will get there, right? Everybody talks about it learning, right? So, it's like a child going to school, they're not going to get it right on day one.
No, got it.
And again, we see that quite a bit with, we do a lot of transcription, and our product came from Skype for Business originally, and we implemented a lot of transcription services, and it is just far more accurate today than it was 5 years ago. Yeah. And we also deal with a lot of different countries. We do quite a bit in South Africa, where we've got lots of multi-languages. It does have a bit of a challenge there, but from an English point of view, even with the local dialects and everything else, it is massively more accurate than it was 5-6 years ago.
So 5 years' time, you'll be telling a different story.
It's going to learn, obviously, isn't it? And it's definitely going to be, more accurate. But it's still amazing today. I'm not sat there going, I wouldn't use it. I need it. I really need it every day. But I still read
See
through
it
it
as a
before I
tool.
hit go.
I am really curious to see that evolving and see where it's going in the next upcoming years.
It's exactly that. It's evolving, right?
Yeah. Because today I'm not using it every day, but every once in a while, it saves my ass.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
yesterday, we had this camera turning off every 5 or 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then took a picture. Like, why is this happening? And because you turned on the never turn off thing,
Yeah.
but it still did it. Like, why? Then AI came back with, it's probably overheating. So
Yeah.
turn off the overheat
That's a
protection.
surprise
Yeah.
in the weather today in the
Exactly,
UK.
yeah. But we turned it off, and it's running perfectly now.
And
So-
now you can cook eggs and bacon on it anytime you want.
I think one of the big things for me with AI is like we all deal with technology that's got a lot of detail. It is evolving every day, and searching through that changes or the actual detail. So at ASC we've got a portal that basically has an AI front end that can go through all of our documents and everything else. And again, I might spend hours, if not days, trying to find that finite detail. An AI, it takes 2 or 3 seconds, and it might not be, phrased as the way you want it, but it certainly will point you at the direction, if not give you a summary of what you need straight away.
And I think that's because with the scenarios that you were talking about earlier, I think that can help as well. Like, I've got 5 years of recordings. What happens if this thing is mentioned, or what's the outcome?
Again, I mentioned at the beginning that we record everything, we capture the data and we manage it. It's quite a common request for us, especially with the transcription piece and the AI piece, is right, can you look at the last 5 years of historic data and make sure that there isn't any GDPR breaches or PCI breaches? And it's the speed, right? You can have somebody sat there listening to it, and it's going to take them years to look through or listen to it all. But AI, for me, it's a massive help with efficiency.
It is.
How do you validate the AI in this case, though? Because you sit there and say, I've seen it make mistakes, and we know it makes mistakes. So when it comes to the compliancy, and we've had this mentioned a few times in the last few days, now you can go to the appropriate official body and say, hey, now we're validating 100%. And they're just going to go, yes, but how do you validate the validated? So, I mean, there has to be a next stage at some point to do a sample check of what was done by AI.
And we do exactly that, right? So the first thing we do is we would take, I'm going to say, the FCA rules, and then just run them through some obviously scripted calls to make sure it's accurate. And again, I know this is going to change long term, but the way we look at it today is we're not going to flag that call as being in breach. We're going to flag that call that needs to be listened to. So when you're in a contact centre and they may listen to 1 in 10 or 1%, 2% of calls, instead of it just being a bit randomised, if you will, we're saying these are the calls that you need to listen to.
Okay,
so we're
nice.
making it an efficient focus on what that supervisor or manager needs to do. So rather than just being a bit of a scattergun approach to what they're listening to, we're going, that's the one you need.
And I suppose you can build into that some random ones that you don't know whether they're right or wrong, so they're also being
100%,
confirmed as well.
Yeah, and again, it is a learning curve, right? So today, you are going to get ones that it will absolutely trigger, you're going to get ones that it will say, right, I'm not sure on this one, and we're going to get ones that it's going to completely misread it, and you can dismiss it quite quickly. And again, if you're feeding back into those recordings, that's helping it learn, helping it prioritise. Again, yes, I do think we will get there where it will absolutely be accurate and it will absolutely be correct on what it does flag. But for me, today, it's about efficiency.
Yeah,
and then it'll grow.
Well, we have some AI questions for you. I think maybe there's going to be more no's this time than we've had all day today, but we'll see. Have you got one there on your list?
Anouck's looking at.
Would you let AI perform life-changing cosmetic surgery on you?
I think I'm past AI cosmetic surgery, but I think doctors and surgeons, etc., already use these tools, even if it's just, the
robotics they are using.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think in the long run that will happen.
So, a little building on that one is, would you let AI choose what you eat for the next month?
They'd probably be better at it than me.
But would you let AI run for political office using your identity and face?
Oh, they'd probably do a better job. Yeah, that is a challenging one with the UK political situation at the minute.
That is true, yes.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think the reality is that AI goes away, assesses the information that we give it, we share with it, right? And again, I think for me, it's all about the base of that information. If you feed good information you'll get good information out. If you put rubbish information in, you're going to get rubbish information out.
That's true.
Don't know if I've swerved that one like a true politician.
Think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, thanks very much for joining us. It was interesting insight. I like the AI validation. Yeah. When it stops, I wonder, but still, that's the game.
It's going to get less. It's like anything, isn't it? It's like, remember when they invented the car and they had somebody run in front of it with a red flag?
Because it was going faster than a horse, yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So, and where are we now?
Yeah. You've got to run really fast.
You've got to start somewhere, haven't you? You've got to have people confident in it, and when they're confident in it, you'll sell more, you'll do more with it, etc., etc.
Nice. Well, thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of the day and your journey home today.
Yeah, thank you.
And stay out the heat.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool, yeah.
See you later.
Cheers. Fine, thank you. All right.
Who do we have next? Simon.
We have speakers and speakers. They're both
Simon and Sara. Oh, okay.
Because everybody's getting Scotty, so you get to. He doesn't care. That's fine.
How are we doing?
Good, thank you very much.
Hello. Hello. You want to stand here? You were here earlier.
No, I like this view.
Okay.
It's a different view.
It's a bad feng shui because a lot of things are happening behind my back, so that's it's anxiety,
untrustworthiness,
maybe.
But what I can't see isn't real.
Now you're going too far.
Okay, all right, as usual.
Well. Hello.
Hello. How are we doing? You okay?
How has
you make sure you're speaking?
Yes, I can. Down there. Lovely, thank you.
Yeah.
How's the conference been?
It's been really good. Really enjoyed it. Great atmosphere, lots of learning. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So, yeah.
Did you do a hot lap out on the circuit?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
I did that yesterday. And it was just going to be myself, but I think Michael and Jason joined us. And, they had to cool the cars down midway through. Went through the shower and cooled the tyres down. Such fun. Yeah. Getting thrown about.
Tried the slip pan?
Yes, they did that.
More difficult than you think?
Yeah. It's just, it's such amazing bits of technology, isn't it, in those cars? Like when it was getting too hot, then the engine just kind of cut down the power by a couple hundred horsepower, and really clever.
Where's the fun in that?
I was going to say.
I know. So,
it's better than blowing up. I get that. Yeah,
I suppose. Yeah. But it's not my car either, so do we care?
Who cares?
But you don't really want to be in a car that blows up.
No, I think that would add a bit more excitement, maybe.
It would be a cool story if you survived, though.
A very cool story, yeah. I went to a tech conference and the car blew up.
I blew the car up.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Even better. I'm glad I didn't book it now then, because I was thinking of doing it this time, although we've not had time. I really missed it last time. I'll come back in the winter when it's cold and icy.
Icy, yes.
Icy would
interesting.
Be fun.
Yeah.
They might not turn off the anti-slip stuff then, I suppose. Have you done
it?
It
may not go out if it's icy.
Have you done it yet? Did you do it before? Not today? Or?
I didn't do it this time. I let my husband have my hot lap this time because I've done it a few times. So I thought, as I dragged him along this time, I'd let him have the pleasure.
Did he enjoy it?
He did.
Is he going to buy a Mercedes now?
No. And do you know why I can be so sure about that?
Because you're in charge of the cars. You have a nice car. So.
I do have a nice car. It's getting a bit older now, but it's still doing a good job. It's enjoying off-road driving on our field quite a lot as well now.
Wow.
Of course. So, you were here this morning.
I was.
Time for a job change.
Okay.
Want to do this all time or
No.
sticking to just 1 hour of speaking?
I quite like the speaking slots, but I really enjoy the training, the day job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're doing this all week long. That's true.
Day in, day.
Yeah.
Yes, I say my job is my hobby, and my hobby is my job, because they're basically the same.
It's
I
good.
think we all said the same thing.
To do
really.
the thing that you love. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. But I heard yesterday over dinner you used to be a teacher.
Yes, I originally
Did you know
qualified
this?
as a secondary school teacher.
I did know, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, if you would say that you worked in the circus riding a unicycle and throwing balls in the air, I mean, that would not surprise me either.
I'm not certain what to make of that, but I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you.
Always from Marijn. You have to take it as a compliment, otherwise nobody would speak to him anymore.
Behave. Be
No.
nice. Be nice.
Everybody's having a go at me. It's my turn to be nice now and again.
Simon, what
So
did
anyway,
you do before you went?
sorry, Simon. 2 seconds
Oh,
before you
no
go.
worries.
So, a school teacher. There's got to be some stories there before. So, why are you not still a school teacher? The kids killed you, or what?
No, I managed to escape with my life. I went from my own schooling to university to teacher training into teaching, and I didn't have the force of personality to cope with classroom management.
Okay.
And I didn't enjoy that aspect. And I didn't enjoy having classrooms full of children to work with, which is kind of a key component of the job. So I kind of fell into an IT job by helping out a friend who was setting up a software consultancy, and got hooked and haven't left.
Bigger
Nice.
children.
Bigger children. Same mentality.
Yeah, but most of the children that I teach these days choose to be there.
Yeah. It's not mandatory trainings.
Well, some of it,
but they see the benefit if you explain something that will make their life easier. So
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now you can ask Simon. Sorry, I thought there was more story there. I wanted to follow up on it.
So, do you have any past experiences?
Past experiences. So I used to be an IT manager. That's where I got into my career. So when I was at uni, it's quite a while ago, late 90s. Kind of intranets and things were a thing, and I built.
They're still a thing.
They're still a thing, apparently. Yeah, this is true. You guys talk about it quite a bit. And I built an intranet using VB5 and SQL Server, 6.5 or something, as my final year project. And I finished there, and in my university career, there was like a 4-year course and with 1 year in industry. And so the place where I went for my 3rd year, they said, would you come back? We'll sponsor you through your final year. And I came back and my boss left, and I became an IT manager straight out of uni. Not a clue what I was doing, but I ended up building an intranet, and that's like 99, I think it was. And then SharePoint came along. And, I've told this story a few times, but I broke our Exchange server by installing SharePoint 2001 on it, and all the email went down for a bit. And that's kind of when I started to get into SharePoint. And, so that's my kind of.
There's a funny IT
well.
manager if you're doing all of that stuff, because manage says,
yes.
Manage. Let's give you a job title that will make it important enough for you to come and do this work for us.
Yes, yeah. We were quite a small, there was like 100 people in the organisation, so
Nice.
it was pretty small. But yeah, it was, great fun. And then I moved into developing video network systems. So I got to fly to Hong Kong and build Visual C++ video network systems and all of that. So I've always had this kind of balance of enjoying infrastructure and then development, and I can't keep flipping and flopping between the two sort of during my career, which has been great with SharePoint because you need some of those skills.
Pays the bills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Yeah. Microsoft has been pretty good to me, so I think to us all, hasn't it? So,
True.
yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Partner opportunities.
We can try. What about you? You did banking. Oh no, you've always done SharePoint,
I've
haven't you?
always done
Yeah.
SharePoint,
I know
yeah.
this story, of course.
Exactly. So right when I came out of college, college. Yeah. I started to work as a business consultant, and during training they said, "Oh, we need some people for the SharePoint team," and I done a bit of SharePoint in my training. So I was like, "Yeah, sure." Never left.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It does.
So here we go. So when I was at college, I did school and then I did college. I worked for British Telecom, so I was on the infrastructure side of things. But I'm only going to say this, and then I will change the subject. So we had one afternoon of computer work, and it was a teleprinter connected to the computer at Imperial College down the road. Not Imperial College, different kind of college in Nottingham, can't remember the name. And that was it. So literally there was no screens or monitors or keyboards or mice.
Wow.
There was a keyboard on there and this thing click, 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 clicked, and that was it. So that I go back a little further. So yes, networks was my thing.
It's basically a little bit in like what AI is today, because you need to buy tokens, time to be on the computer, and now we need to buy tokens to be on the AI.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if there are some parallels to be found.
I think there may well be.
But it is interesting, isn't it? You know, we've gone sort of into the cloud and gone from client server, mainframe or server, client server, now the cloud, and now we're sort of moving back with AI coming back to local models.
Data centers in space was going to be the next one.
Oh yeah.
That's
okay.
some people are working on that, and I think Musk already put a satellite in space running a Claude LLM, whatever, with one of the NVIDIA boards as a test.
Yeah.
So does that mean if we ask it about alien life form, it can actually go and do the research for us?
No, it can fix our SharePoint environment.
Oh!
Some Martian goes, that's, look, no metadata. Cool. So what is the one thing you've learnt over the few days that you're going to take away with you? Have you learnt anything cool from anybody's sessions or any supplier? Because we come here to learn things, of course, and take back to our customers. No, obviously
So
not.
I think the thing for me in my session was not trying to pack too much in my session, but there were some good conversations with teams, chats versus channels, and there was a bit of a bun fight between the two.
Oh, so I gather he was there.
Yeah.
Ben's session.
That's it.
We heard about
exactly.
it yesterday.
Yeah, but I think the takeaway was use both, and then use them for what they're used for. So chat for kind of those intermediate, like quick conversations, and channels for something that's kind of more deep and meaningful, projects and things like that. So,
Got it.
I don't think I've learnt anything specific, but what I've observed that was interesting is the conversations around AI seem to be about what are we going to do with it, how are we using it, where are we going to take it, whereas previous years it's been more about are we going to use it, can we avoid it, that kind of mood has shifted quite a lot this time. I feel there's a lot more kind of acceptance.
Yeah, interesting. What about you, my friend? Have you seen anything? I know you've been busy doing meetings and stuck here, but anything that sort of set you both alight?
Some cool lingo like blue industry.
ACAS. Did you get on with UCAS? No.
I
saw you
but
go
that was not very applicable. But I mean, blue light industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's cool. That was a cool name.
I think for me, it's the virtualization. I see actually some uses I can do from that. So I hate bots. Bots don't make any. I've just not found one that was ever that was mega useful. But I think AI is probably going to make a big change of that, where you can actually be talking to something and actually getting a reasonable conversation within that area. That I am going to take away, because I think potentially that might actually save us some money. So that'll be the one. And I liked the stuff we heard from Luware, where they have some high priorities, so some regulatory things. So if a case is of a particular kind, you have to start working on it within 12 hours. And so they're using AI to identify that and then automating the flags and the appointments so that they can start tracking it. And that to me was one of the best case stories I've heard so far. So that was good. So then that also brought this concept about an AI story, which I will take away and actually work out what I'm going to do with that in a second. But it's not like 5 plus 5 is 10, and if it equals 10, then go and take this. That's the trigger for doing something. AI is not like that. AI has to work out whether that story is on a scale of 1 to 10 and 8, so we can actually scope what a false positive might be. So that AI story that's coming out of a conversation, to be able to use that as some kind of trigger, is an interesting one, and one I think that is going to evolve. It's going to be something that will evolve anyway. Has to. And that's not only just in voice, but also in document uploads to a library or things that are out of date. So I think there's some pattern matching stuff in content in libraries that might also be useful.
It's not about the process, it's about getting that extra value out of it.
I think it's actually it's slowly. This idea is still a germ, but I think this is the start of what AI will do that we had not thought about before.
Yeah.
Because it's more long-term stuff. It will, for example, I might be able to point it at my data center documentation, and it will tell me if there's anything missing. Because it can say, look, you've got this set of kit, these are your applications you're running, but I'm missing any instructions on how to add a printer to this application, or how to add those. So I think it'll start to be able to improve the quality of things in that kind of way. It's not something I'd thought about. I've thought about, hey, is that a good document and is it useful? On the object level, but I'm actually starting to see potentially there's a better thing. So that's to see how that goes.
That's interesting, because when we build agents, often we'll kind of get it to give us a confidence score. So kind of to your point, it's quite fuzzy in giving it some parameters to work out that confidence. And if it's over a certain level, then the agent's done a good job. Or if it's under that, it says no, it's not good enough. My response isn't good enough.
It'll be interesting to think on that one a little bit longer. So I really quite like what I saw yesterday. But who knows?
Yeah, and the sponsors that we were talking to this morning, that was also quite interesting, with the way they were not just replacing human tasks, but augmenting them to allow the humans to take the next step.
Yes.
That's kind of a shifting conversation as well, which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah, getting rid of the boring stuff and only be focused on meaningful or things. Yeah, like we had a few talks with people doing like virtual receptionists, for example, like getting rid of all the silly questions like where do I park my car and all these things. Mm-hmm. Just be only handling the more interesting questions.
Yeah.
But my problem with that is, how do you get to that stage? So how do you suddenly say to somebody, you can stop doing that boring stuff now, you don't need to do it anymore? And I think that's the biggest issue, is trying to sort of work that out.
Because some people, like I've done a session about user adoption on AI, and some people don't want to improve. Some people are very happy doing just the thing that they're doing. And they don't want to be a 10x better. They don't want to be 10x more productive. They just want to do the thing they do and leave back home at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, but those are the people that are really going to fall short, I think, in this era. So I told it to we had a guy in from Symphonia.ai or Safina, whatever the company name was, and he was talking about how they've set themselves up to be, he's an ex-Microsoft guy, Thank you. I can hear myself. Yeah, I know. I've been doing this all day. But he set himself up to actually go in and basically work out what this can do. And we were sat there talking about a few things. But Jimmy Carr is a comedian. He's actually very cool. And I was quoting Jimmy to him, and I kind of just placed this thought for everybody's thinking. And he said, so you got to ask the question from the audience. What do you think of AI? What do I think of AI? Well, it'll take my job, was his first thought, or will it? He says, I think AI is very left brain. So it's very analytical, it's very doing, it's very connecting, it's very there. But it's not right brain. He says, and what's going to happen is that our right brain will, over the years, expand and be more creative because we're not doing the analytical anymore. That's being done with AI. He says, and that I think is really where AI will sit. It's going to take our left brain stuff. So we'll all be morons and not be able to remember a thing in 20 years' time because we've forgot the need to do that. But our creativity will go. And those people that don't want to change, they will need to learn to be more creative instead of being repetitive. And for me, that tells the story. So I shared that with the guy and he went, I'd not thought about it that way. So it was interesting analogy. And then he told a bunch of dick jokes, so then he got funny again. But Jimmy Carr does that. He gets sort of serious comments and then jumps in place. So it's all part of fun. So we'll see. We'll see. Guys, thank you for sharing. Thanks for being here and obviously being a speaker for the event. It's good stuff. Do you have any closing comments?
No.
Ciao for now.
Cheers.